We are live and direct from the WYEP studios today with Michigander. They have a new EP out called It'll Never Be the Same. Welcome back to the radio station. How about we catch up after a song?
Sounds great. 3, 4. Here we go again. Time to bite my tongue. We've been stuck in this cycle for long enough. Try to save my breath. Maybe just this once we could forget about it and just move on. I don't know where we're going, but I don't care as long as I'm with you. It feels like everybody's talking, but nobody's ever listening, and it breaks my heart because I know I can't stay out of it, stay out of it. You know better, bro, not to mess it up. At your age, but it still might not be it. No more safety nets, they're all watching us. Only silence inside of an empty love. I don't know where we're going, but I don't care as long as I'm with you. With you, it feels like everybody's talking, but nobody's ever listening, and it breaks my heart because I know I can't stay out of it, stay out of it, stay out of it. Well, I don't know where we're going, but I don't care as long as I'm with you. Well, I don't know where we're going, but I don't care as long as I'm with you. It feels like everybody's talking, but nobody's ever listening, and it breaks my heart because I know I can't stay out of it, stay out of it. Oh, it feels like everybody's talking, but nobody's ever listening, and it breaks my heart because I know I can't stay out of it, stay out of it, stay out of it.
We're live and direct today with Michigander here at WYEP. They have a new EP out called It Will Never Be the Same. Welcome back. It's been quite a few
Thank you.
years.
Yeah, me and Jake stopped here right before the pandemic.
Yeah.
And I got sick like the next day. And we canceled the rest of our trip. Yeah.
How about that?
I don't want to say that you guys got me sick, but I did get sick.
If you know,
And I'm not, yes.
a couple years later, we're happy to take the blame for
It's
that.
okay. Yeah. It's fine.
Well, I heard you describe this new record as the best thing that you've ever done. What makes it the best for you?
I think the songs, in my humble opinion, I don't think there's any misses on it for the first time. Because I look, for now, but usually I look back at records and I go, that I've made, and I go, oh, that one sucks. This time I'm thinking, I don't know if there's any of those. And we're playing all these songs live now, and so we can kind of tell, oh, they all feel good live. And that's the first time all of the songs in our album have felt good live. So maybe, hopefully, fingers crossed, knock on wood, this one's a good one.
Well, obviously you guys have a great time playing live, but I'm curious about your approach in the studio, because on this new EP, I mean, there's a lot going on, and I think that it rewards listeners for multiple listening sessions. So when you get in there, are you the kind of person that dreads that part of the job, or do you really get down and get dirty with it?
I'm notoriously I don't care enough about that. I wish I did. I wish I was a little more meticulous, but this time I was kind of forced to be more meticulous. Like I basically recorded the whole record, like it was demoed, then the whole record was recorded once, and then it was all re-recorded a second time, a different way.
Interesting.
So this time, yes, there was a lot of meticulous and a lot of hands on deck from like the writing and the recording and everything about it. Is the first time. The credit list for this one is substantial versus the ones in the past.
Okay.
Yeah. Which feels really cool, like the people care enough to be a part of it.
Yeah, I mean, I love that you're dabbling with co-writing on these songs, and there's one called Cannonball that you wrote with Chris Carrabba of Dashboard Confessional. Another called In My Head that you did with Andy Hall from Manchester Orchestra. Can you talk about that experience of writing songs with those people that feel like they're on that next level of songwriting? I
mean, there are reasons why I do music, and to do music with those people is kind of surreal. Like, it's still weird, and it just feels very cool to to have we're like peers, and we're like working on a song together, and and I learned a lot, especially with writing In My Head with Rob and Andy. Like, I went down to Atlanta for a couple days, and we wrote and recorded it together, and I just learned a lot of there's a million different approaches to how to make a song, and I knew my one little way. But now now that I live in Nashville, the whole city is very collaborative, and you could write with a really great person, an artist, a writer, a producer every day for months, and you could not have any repeats. And I think that that's one of the reasons I love living there. It's just because it's like an all-encompassing city, and I just feel totally submerged in it, and it's very cool. It's definitely pushing me to try to be better and learning to try to care more about the tone of the guitar, or the lyric could be better. So I'm just learning a lot from people who are just way better than me, and it's very cool.
It feels like a very competitive kind of place to be, where like you say, a lot of people are doing this thing. So I mean, I imagine that helps to push you to just want to be better.
Yeah, I don't know if I don't know if competitive is the word. I used to think it was a really competitive place where people were just but there it's everyone has realized there's enough to go around. Where everyone's challenging each other to be better, and everyone's really excited about each other. At least in my circles, it feels very genuine and not cutthroat, and no one's trash talking other people for the most part. There's exceptions, but good. This is my experience. Yeah.
So I love that song that you just played, which is called Stay Out of It. And I love that line. It feels like everybody's talking, but no one's ever listening, which is just so true. And, as a person making music here in 2023, can you talk about what that statement means for you as an artist? Because, I mean, there are a zillion ways to be heard.
Yeah.
But, what I guess what can we do?
Right. I think that I think I tweeted this once. There's just and I'm part of the problem. There's too many bands. There's just too much. And I mean, you can argue against it, but also it's kind of that is one reason the song was written. But one of the other reasons why is I have a really hard time of just not commenting on something and not speaking up, especially with my family, who maybe I don't see eye to eye on a lot of things, and a lot of friends who are just people in general who I don't see eye to eye on with certain things, and it's hard sometimes. So it's hard for me to stay out of it. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel there's just a lot of noise, and a lot of times I have a hard time. I just feel I'm adding to the noise a lot of the times, and so trying to be a little more intentional about not doing that.
Well, at least the noise that you make through your art is joyful and pleasant.
Yeah,
you can say what you need to say and make it much more accessible. So that's good.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
Well, we are live and direct today with Michigander. You should check out their new album. It will never be the same. But you guys want to play a couple more songs for us?
Yeah, we'll play two brand new ones. This one's called Superglue. 1, 2, 1, 2. Na 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 da da na 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 caught me off guard, but you don't need a reason to feel the way you do. You break my heart, then you put it back together with some super glue. You can waste all my time, it's alright, I got nothing better to do. You got your reasons and rhymes, it's alright. Well, am I wasting my emotion on you, baby? Well, am I wasting all my time waiting on you? Or should I give up on this thing that I've been chasing? 'Cause honestly, I don't know what to do. No, I don't know what to do. Na 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 na. I just need someone to tell me when everything is gonna end. Well, to my face you tell me that we're friends, but I know it's just pretend. I wanna hear you talk in your sleep. You're taking time when you're staring at me, finding excuses to loosen your grip, but that's not reality. Well, am I wasting my emotion on you, baby? Well, am I wasting all my time waiting on you? Or should I give up on this thing that I've been chasing? 'Cause honestly, I don't know what to do. No, I don't know what to do. Power's out in Russell Woods. It's never felt like my neighborhood. I'm stuck at home and it sure has got me thinking. Well, should I give up on this thing that I've been chasing? 'Cause honestly, I don't want to. Well, am I wasting my emotion on you, baby? Well, am I wasting all my time waiting on you? Or should I give up on this thing that I've been chasing? 'Cause honestly, I don't know what to do. No, I don't know what to do. Na 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 na. I've been living in a castle made of sand. Thought I knew my way around like the back of my hand. Well, man, I thought I had it all before. The golden ticket to the secret door. I traded all to have you again. 'Cause even if the skyline falls and the world crumbles, well, I don't think I mind at all if I've got you. 'Cause even if a cannonball takes down all these walls, I don't think I mind at all if I've got you. If I've got you. If I've got you. other way. Just to know it'll never be the same. Man, I thought I had it all before. Golden ticket to the secret door. I traded all to have you home again. 'Cause even if the skyline falls and the world crumbles, well, I don't think I mind at all if I've got you. 'Cause even if a cannonball takes down all these walls, I don't think I mind at all if I've got you. Oh, if I've got you. If I've got you. Even if the skyline falls and the world crumbles, I don't think I mind at all if I've got you. 'Cause even if a cannonball takes down all these walls, I don't think I mind at all if I've got you. If I've got you. If I've got you. If I've moment I found you was the moment I lost track of time. Suffer the cut, I'll take every bruise. Oh, as long as I've got you. As long as I've got you. As long as I've got you.
It's Michigander, live and direct here on WYEP today, hearing some songs from the new EP, It Will Never Be the Same. So, I think the record sounds awesome, but I
Thank you.
also think it really looks good. I love that cover art.
Thank you.
And for those who haven't seen it yet, it's basically like, I mean, it feels like a picture of like the entrance to a mall with this
Yeah.
big banner on the front that says it'll never be the same. Is that something that you did, or was that actually like on a mall?
Does it look real?
It looks real.
Heck yeah. It was not real.
It's
Sorry
perfect
to
though.
destroy the magic or pull back the curtain, but it's not real.
It just feels like something that you would have seen on the side of a mall in like 2020.
Yeah, I was like, this record is about like how things are changing, how they're not going to go back to the art and like how the way they were, and there won't be malls in the future unless there's a mall that supports this station. Then maybe there will
Maybe.
be that mall, but I don't think there's going to be malls in the future, and it's just kind of a representation of the past. So I thought like, oh, this will never be the same. We're never going to drive over to Macy's or Sears or whatever department store is in Pennsylvania. Is it Bonworth?
Never heard of it.
Bonton?
Nope.
I don't know. Anyway, those stores, I don't think they're going to exist. And just a reflection of the whole general vibe and feeling of the record and the songs. Yeah.
Well, Jason, they say that artists have to suffer for their art, but you suffered quite literally making this record. For those who don't know the story, what happened to you out in the mountains?
First of all, that was a beautiful segue. That was really
Thank you.
good. So I was out in California in a place called Angeles Crest. It's like an hour north of Los Angeles, between the city and the desert. There's mountains, and we were shooting a music video for the song Superglue, and it was going great. Great day. I purposely was like, I'm going to get in, shoot the video, and get home. I'm going to be gone 36 hours. And then I slipped on some brush and broke my leg. There was no cell service. There was nothing, so we had to get rangers and fire department, and they took me to the hospital where I was given a surgery to repair my leg, and then my wife had to fly out and help me. I lived in a hotel for a couple days. It was miserable. Cried a lot because I couldn't really move because I couldn't put any weight on it. I needed to specify that. And all I had was a walker in a hotel in downtown Pasadena. And a couple days later, we came home, had to get a second surgery because the first surgery was not done good enough, but they still charged full price. And yes, so now I'm back to normal. Fast forward a couple months, and I'm stiff, but I'm feeling good.
In that moment, you say there's no cell service.
Yeah.
And, like, I don't think anybody in California smokes, right? So would you, like, send up a vape signal?
We sent a vape signal. One of the guys on the film crew was like, I'm going to go. I just said, hey, just pack up all the gear and then help me up to Hip Mountain. And we'll just go to urgent care, wrap this up. I'll postpone my flight a day. And I was like, I can't stand, actually. So he went and got the Rangers. They got ambulances and all this crap, really cheap, which is good. And then they took me to the hospital, USC Verdugo Hills.
Obviously, that's a major setback physically and probably emotionally as well. But I think that great things can come out of those situations too.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, I was in 4th grade. I played basketball. I broke my ankle, and then I started playing guitar.
And now you're a professional guitarist?
No, but...
Because I'm looking for a new guitarist.
Oh, well, don't tell the band.
Just kidding.
But, like,
Wait,
you know, when you're laid up there, I mean, what literally did you do to make yourself feel better?
See, a couple people have asked me this question, and they were like, did you write songs? Did you do stuff? I literally gave one of my keyboards to Aaron because I was just so depressed. Like, just truly, I didn't know what to do. And during that time, like, to add on to it, my wife got ran over by a truck and almost died. So we were in the hospital for 5 days on top of that. So it was just literally the absolute worst time of my life. And all at once. And I never really experienced, like, depression and anxiety and panic attacks and all at the same time. Or at, like, even to that level. And, like, that 2-month window. And it was getting dark in, like, the winter. And the seasonal sadness crept in. It was just literally the absolute worst time. And, like, luckily, I'm feeling like I'm getting out of it. Like, this is our first time out on the road since, and being out with my friends and playing music and getting to see people in person, and everybody just is like, glad you're doing better. It's like, this is like pulling me out of like the absolute worst time of my life. Yeah.
And I think through it all, the record sounds very happy and it feels uplifting. Now, listen, brother, because I'm about to set you up for some gold.
For this.
How much of your positive outlook and your happy sounding music was inspired by your wife?
All of it. Because I think everything else is kind of depressed and bummer. And now, you know, like, I found my person. And I'm not all the songs are about her. A couple of them are. And yeah, it just feels good to be happy sometimes. Especially when we just went through so much terrible things in the world the last couple of years. I think we are still kind of in some crappy times. But, you know, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. We're getting through it. But yeah, all of it is... Yeah, I don't know where I'd be without her. Yeah.
Perfect.
That's a nice quote, right?
We'll send you the tape on that one.
Thank you.
All right, we are live and direct with Michigander. Their new EP is It Will Never Be the Same. Love it if you could spare a couple more minutes for one more song.
Yeah, this is an old depressing song. You're a concept worth exploring. Never nervous, never boring. I don't want to mess it up. No, I don't want to mess it up. Crossing state lines through the morning. Little tired, little swerving. I don't want to mess it up. No, I don't want to mess it up. 'Cause I got high hopes. I got high hopes, but they let me down. They usually let me down. Well, I feel like I've known you, even though I've only met you. I don't want to mess it up. I'm probably gonna mess it up. Well, you're walking down the stairs got high hopes, but they let me down. Oh, they usually let me down.
Well, that's Jason Singer and the rest of Michigander live and direct here on WYEP. Check out their new EP, It Will Never Be the Same. That's it. Thanks.
Thank you.